Hey everybody, pleasure seeing you guys here. It is Good Friday. It is Easter weekend. Had a pretty busy morning. Was showing pretty much from 8 a.m. until now, but now I'm off for the day. Well, actually not really. I have one more appointment at 6:30 p.m. So I thought equity markets and fixed income markets are closed for Good Friday. Shortened trading week. We'll get started in a minute. All right, let's see what we got here, everybody. Okay, welcome to Washington Square Park. I see Lena Sandoval. What's going on? Ed Potke, Alan. Everybody's having a fantastic day. Now, there were a few interesting things that came out today. Number one, the PCE numbers. So we got some inflation data that came in line as expected, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We are going to push that off to our nighttime stream. We're going to be talking about that and more, particularly what the Fed Chair Jerome Powell said tonight at 8:30. But for now, we're just going to be taking a little stroll around Soho and Tribeca. We're currently in Washington Square Park. It's a pretty nice day. Let's go and get started here. Man, finally it's nice out. I mean, my God. Yesterday was horrible. It was raining. It was miserable, windy. And for those of you who did not join last night's stream, the city was pretty busy. You know, we had 4 presidents of the United States in New York. You had President Biden, you had the former President Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, and you had Donald Trump, all in New York. And I think they're still here because it was pretty busy and pretty crowded as I was working in Midtown today. I had my last appointment on 26th Street, and then I came down here to kind of walk around, get some coffee. And now I'm pretty much off for the day, which is pretty rare. So let's go ahead and, have a little stroll and check out what Soho looks like during the day. But right now, this is the campus of NYU, New York University. It appears like some students still have classes today. I was under the impression that everybody was off. Hey, D, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. This is the main entrance to Washington Square Park. And obviously yesterday was the last day, not only the last trading day of the month, last trading day of the quarter. Q1 is officially closed out. It's kind of crazy. I remember just talking about closing out Q4. And in the New Year's, this was one of the best starts. Well, this was one of the best Q1s in history of the market. Pretty much all the major equity indices closing close to or at record highs. You had the XLF, which is the financials, performing really well. That closed at a brand new all-time record high yesterday. And then you also had the XLE closing at a 52-week high, but we'll probably blast that into all-time record highs in Q. If you have a good Q1, the year finishes positive, which I'm expecting. Now we're right on the campus of NYU, looking northbound. Let's head over to the west side for a moment. The only thing is windy though today. You know, it's kind of like in New York, you have one or the other. You have sunshine, but if you have sunshine, it's going to be windy. So it's pretty windy today. Jen Claus, what's going on? Simpson, thanks so much. Appreciate it. ND says yes, that's what I've heard. Yeah, and you know, another thing, you know, we are in election year, right? This is 2024. November is when we elect our next president, and usually, right, judging by the data, you know, there was a very famous person who said it's the economy is stupid, right? I'm sure we all know who that was. But the economy is doing really well. Unemployment's at record lows. Obviously, the stock market is not the economy, but markets are at all-time highs. What does that mean? Well, that means retirement accounts across the board for many Americans, they've never been wealthier, essentially, in their main retirement accounts, like their 401ks, IRAs, and the like. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Just do one quick lap through the college town, and then we'll go down to Soho. RJ, what's up? D. Cool to see all these nice shops during the day. Lots of pre-war buildings. We'll try to turn down MacDougal Street. This weekend is probably going to be ridiculously busy in the city. It's crazy that we're actually seeing blue sky for once. All right, this is Thompson Street and West 3rd. This is a good coffee shop across the street. Irving Farm. Steven, what's going on? Lynn is here. It's only going to be about an hour. This is looking up towards Washington Square Park. But tonight, for those of you who are just joining, we're going to be doing the deep dive into the PCE numbers. So today, 8:30, I believe, they dropped. We got the inflation numbers out. And then we heard from Fed Chair Jerome Powell right at 11:30 a.m. So on tonight's, the main sort of show that we do at 8:30, we'll be doing a deep dive into that. But PCE coming in line with expectations. So nothing, I should say nothing too surprising. Yeah, Isabel, this is so wonderful to see you during the day. Yeah, pretty rare, right? You know, I'm usually working all day. But today I mainly had most of my appointments early morning, early afternoon. So I'm done for the day, thank God. I only have one more appointment, but that's at 6:30 at night, all the way downtown. Hey, Brian Fenney, thank you so much for your generous donation. This is for braving the protesters last night. Yeah, the city was crazy last night, but it was also kind of fun. Midtown is still just emptying out from the big fundraiser. Man, the only thing, it is windy. Jeez, it's probably like 15, maybe 20 mile an hour wind gusts sometimes. But thank you so much for your generous donation. Appreciate it. See some of the flowers budding up on the trees. Zozo Bob from Florida, what's up? I'll be in your neck of the woods next week. So next week is going to be a little bit crazy, everybody. Friday through Tuesday, I will probably be away. I'm going to be in Boston, then I'm going to be going back to Miami, and then we'll come back to New York in about a week. So just keep that in mind. This is where the Comedy Cellar is. Last month I was shooting like a standalone. Huh? And right outside of the Comedy Cellar walks, I'm blanking on his name, a comedian, Andrew Schultz. MD is asking about Boston. I'm not too sure. I've only been there one time. I don't really like Boston, to be honest. I mean, it's nice, it's beautiful, but I feel like it's a lesser New York and colder. I like more warm climate, tropical climate. So if I'm not going to be in tropical climate, I'd rather be in New York City. But I think it'll be all right. All right, let's start to head further downtown. You're gonna see really nice views of the World Trade Center. Why Hey, the Frank 79FH. What's going on? This is Avenue of the Americas. Isabella says, I'm in Boston right now. Transplant from Brooklyn. How do you like it? I love all these pre-war buildings down here in the village. Andrew Lee from Queens, what's up? Good to see you. This is gonna run us right into Canal Street. So maybe we'll stay on the west side actually. We'll head to the west side first, and then we'll try to come back, assuming the battery holds out. Schuler, what's going on? Isabella says, I hate it. I moved here in 2005. Thomson Reuters relocated me. Oh man, why don't you work in the main office in Times Square? I think Reuters is right in Times Square, aren't they? Why don't you move to that one? Well, maybe the cost of living is a little bit more favorable. All right, look at that. Really cool view of the spire of World Trade. Everybody's outside today. West Houston Street. This will run you all the way through NoHo and Soho. It's kind of on the border. And then it'll take you over to the Lower East Side if you continue to go all the way down. Look at these people playing paddleball. Or, no, this is called pickleball. This thing. I like these townhouses right here. This block of 3 townhomes. Hey, Lark, happy Easter. Thank you so much. Happy Easter weekend to you too. For all those who celebrate. Daniel, I've done like a corporate event pickleball tournament thing. It's all right, it's fun, it's cool. I know Steven's like pickleball is a cult. You know, there's a lot of new developments that have been installing pickleball courts inside the condos to attract buyers. And if you look all the way down the street, you can see out to New Jersey. Isabella says they hired a global head of HR in Boston, and I support her team. Copy that. Wow, and it's now the London Stock Exchange. Lots of change. I didn't know that. Well, hopefully you'll find your way back to New York. Now that we're headed towards Canal Street, it's warming up quite a bit. They say the hottest place in New York City, well, I should say on the island of Manhattan, during the summer is Canal Street, because there's virtually no trees. If you ever walked all the way up and down Canal, it's just all asphalt. The whole thing is concrete. All right, we have the light. King Street. Isabella, they've actually been cutting down on that a lot. So the mayor's office has pretty much put a stop to all those counterfeit sales on Canal Street. I actually was walking past a massive operation of those guys selling fraudulent stuff, and there was a big NYPD bust, and they were all scurrying all over the place. This was probably like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, running it out, it's just great to see the architecture of the buildings, particularly down here. I mean, look at this one, right on the corner of Prince Street and MacDougal Street. Stunning down here. It's awesome. See, once it's nice out and it's not raining and dark and miserable, it's really, really nice down here. In the spring and in the summer, this is going to grow really green on the side. I should say the facade of the building. Now, we're going to come up on Broome Street here in a minute, and we used to have this insane listing on Broome, and it was an old horse stable. So they converted the horse stable into condos. But this was way, way back in the day. So it was an FDNY firehouse, but that's where the FDNY would house their horses. It was a really, really cool listing. I think I've shot a video of it and put it up on the channel, but it was right off of Broome Street. Maybe we'll walk past it. Should be in about 2 blocks. Spring Street should be up next.
But like us women,
pretty soon you're gonna see hundreds of those dirt bike guys riding up and down the streets of New York. It was right here. So if you make a right on Broome Street, this is where our old listing was. Walk past it. And coming right into view is the World Trade Center. Pretty cool. But look at these townhouses here. I mean, these things are well over probably 100 years old. They have really nice brick facade. What do you guys think? Right off of Sullivan Street. I love these. If I had the money, I'd probably buy this one or the next one. What do you think? Look nice. All right, that was our listing in this building right here. We'll go take a look. It was the top floor penthouse. It was, I believe there was 2 floors. It was like a big duplex. And it had 4 outdoor spaces.
Yeah, I would looking. Well, like I remember thinking.
You know what, let's cross the street so you can see it a little bit better. And the door on this thing is pretty cool too. It's like this massive cast iron door. Yeah, you guys can go back and look it up on the channel here. Yeah, 554 Broom. So there it is. This building used to be a horse stable, and the penthouse is the top 2 floors. And you have this huge cast iron door here. It's a really, really cool unit. I mean, some of these buildings are so old. Kathy R, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. We're just doing a quick walk around Soho, Tribeca. Now this is a unique building. Look right ahead. It's the Jenga building, 56 Leonard. Hey, British Grey, what's going on? This is cool. You have One World Trade Center and you have 56 Leonard in one shot. Walking southbound right by Grant Street. Jules, what's going on? Happy Easter to you too. If you look up, you can see the Empire State Building. Dee says, when am I going to Boston? Next week. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of traveling. It's gonna be crazy. So Friday, I'm probably gonna be flying out Friday and then spending the weekend there, then flying to Miami. So there'll probably be no stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, unfortunately. And then maybe Monday we'll be live from downtown Miami. All right, here we have Canal Street. This is the Holland Tunnel. All these cars are waiting to get on the tunnel to head out to New Jersey. Lots of traffic early in the day, probably because it's Good Friday. Everybody's taking off early to go home for the long weekend. Here's another cool shot of 56 Leonard. And let's walk right down Canal. This is gonna cut us all the way through to Chinatown. What do you guys think of the architecture here at 56 Leonard? Thumbs up, thumbs down? It's kind of interesting. You know, this is actually one of my favorite corners in all New York City, right here at West Broadway and Canal. Because if you make this left, it's going to take you all the way up through Soho and Grand Street, where there's tons of cool stuff. Lucia pizza. It's packed. It smells really good too. I may go there for lunch. Who knows? John says, when will you do Chinatown? Probably about 7.5 minutes from now. Give or take, depends on how fast I can walk. Good to see you, John. Thanks for joining. On this sunny but windy day in the city. It's good that they're paving the roads down here, though, because Canal Street was always a little rough, you know what I mean? If you guys are enjoying the stream so far today, feel free to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. We usually do these every day at 8:30. coming up on Broadway. This is the main Canal Street station. You can get the NQRW trains. And if you walk 2 more blocks over towards the east side, you can get the 6 train. That'll take you to the upper east side of Manhattan or Brooklyn. Hey JC, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining us. So this is the main shopping center, or the shopping district in Soho. If you walk directly up Broadway, continue to go until Houston Street, this is kind of the main shopping area where a lot of people come when they want to visit Soho. Hey, Soho Joe. This is Hey Tom, Shabbat Shalom. Indeed, Shabbat Shalom to you too, my friend. Good to see you. You know, 8 o'clock to about noon, I'd say, and I'm pretty much done, which doesn't really happen too often, but done for the day until 6:30. Just have one quick meeting. I think we're gonna have some buffering. There's a lot of politicians in New York, so it's probably going to be buffering all week. All right, welcome to Chinatown. We just have to cross to the south side of Canal. maybe Mott Street won't be a big buffer zone, we'll see. You can see the Manhattan Bridge too. Alright, Mott Street's gonna look really, really nice during the daytime. Looks packed too. All right, everybody. Well, I'm gonna go get something to eat. Hopefully you enjoyed that short walking stream during the day in New York City. But we have a lot to cover tonight. Lots to cover, from inflation data to the Federal Reserve, and we're gonna do a full market wrap up of the quarterly close on the S&P 500, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and the NASDAQ. Quick reminder, we did send out our free investing newsletter last night, so go ahead and check your email. It should be in your inbox. If you want to sign up to receive all of our free research, just scan the QR code on your screen and punch in your email, and it'll drop the link to our Substack. But for now, signing off from Chinatown. We'll see you guys tonight at 8:30 p.m. Feel free to leave a like on the video and subscribe. See you guys soon. Take care and have a very, very good Friday.